Knowledge Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, and your 2024 Titan. You are now listening to Sarge on the Iron Elite podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not listening to the Iron Elite podcast, what are you really doing? Because we are talking motorcycles over here. You dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycling. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is.
Hey, top of the morning, everybody, and welcome to the Iron Elite podcast show with your boy Sarge, man. It's Saturday morning, man. I know you guys could be doing anything, but you're going to be spending a little bit of time with us this morning. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth your time. I brought all the heavy hitters, man, the motorcycle riders. I'm the Mount Rushmore motorcycle riders on today to talk about this thing called the SCMA Premier Grand Slam. I know you're saying, Sarge, how many miles do you have to ride to do it? Man, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know with my esteemed guests today on the show. Hey, so take the time, man. Share it with a friend. Let everybody know we're on. Kane 4L, what we doing? Let's go.
The other day. Hey, Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big Sarge, you a true real king of the South. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big Sarge, you a true real king of the South. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Slide on my road glide, looking so fly. 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We Iron Elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Follow up, y'all the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big Sarge, you in charge, real king of the South. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big Sarge, you in charge, real king of the South. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it. I scrape the town burning loud when the smoke clear up. You know I hardly did it. I'm real gnarly with it. My ride clean when it bling. I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it? I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down to split it, backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lames riding around here, giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, you keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, follow up, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big Sarge, you in charge, real king of the South. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big Sarge, you in charge, real king of the South. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycles?
Hey, man, it's always some technical difficulty out there, man. The devil ain't going to win today, man. We're going to get it together. But, hey, man, again, thank you, everybody, for being on the Iron Elite podcast show with us this morning with your man, Sarge. We're going to be talking about the Premier Grand Slam, man, the SCMA. I'm going to get it together, man, the Premier Grand Slam. We're going to talk about what does it take to do it, what is it all about, how do we prepare ourselves, and how do we execute such a awesome challenge, man. And this morning, without further ado, man, I'm going to bring my guest on this morning. Let me see. Let me bring him in. I told y'all, man, I'm bringing in the heavy hitters this morning. Family, how are we this morning? How's everything?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Man, we just started. I made about 13 mistakes this morning, man. The night shift be killing me, bro. Just saying. But we're going to get it together. We're going to get it moving. Hey, if you guys don't mind, let's take a few minutes to introduce ourselves to everybody. I know only one person on the planet maybe don't know y'all, but let's go ahead and do an introduction if you guys don't mind. Let's start ladies first, if you don't mind.
I'm Monica Short, and I've been riding for about 20 years, and this is my second Grand Slam, so yeah, that's who I am.
Awesome. Who else we have? Mark. Why don't you introduce yourself, sir?
Hi, my name is Mark Burdict. I'm chairman of the Southern California Motorcycling Association. I'm also the chairman of the Three Flags Classic, one of the rides these riders have put in this year. I've been riding probably for about 30 years myself. Really enjoy long distance riding, but nothing like these three people on your show today put in the miles this year.
Awesome. Mark, we're going to have a lot of questions for you today, man. A lot of them.
Hope I can answer them.
Hey, who's that bald head guy up top, man?
Which one?
Yeah, we both bald headed.
Yeah, hey, the one that makes all the trouble for me. Reef, you know who you are.
I'm Reef. I'm just a guy that like to ride his motorcycle. I've been riding since 2004. I'm a newbie.
You're a newbie?
I'm a newbie.
Okay. I hate to see what that bar look like if you a newbie. And who else we got? We got Batman. We got we at the dealership.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, it's Ksolo, man, of Riding with Ksolo, the podcast with Logic, man. Hey, Sarge, I'm honored to be on your show with all these great individuals right here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. So, as you guys can tell, man, we have some motorcycle experts with us today. Some really, really experienced guys who know what it takes to go across the country several different ways, in any way and form and fashion that you can imagine. So let's get right into it. So, Mark, we'll start with you, if you don't mind. The SCMA Premier Grand Slam. What is this thing all about? Give us a little bit of history on it, if you don't mind.
Sure, Sarge. The SCMA has been around for over 50 years, and we have several rides that we sponsor and the riders sign up for. One is the Four Corners ride. We have another one, which is Best 15 United States ride. We have another one, the Great Lakes Cabot Trail. We have the Three Flags Classic rally that we do every year. And each one is a longer distance ride. It's not an out and back 3-hour run. So if you ride 3 of these in a year, we give you what's called the Triple Crown Award. If you complete all of them, that is considered the Grand Slam. This year we added a sixth ride called the Mother Road Adventure, which either you break it up in 2 parts. You can start in Santa Monica, but you have to finish in Chicago in a limited amount of time. So that's why it's called the Mother Road Adventure. But that wasn't a requirement of this year's Grand Slam. Needless to say, it takes a lot of time to make these to complete these rides in 1 year. It takes money. You have to maintain your bike. You have to do oil changes. You have to, for some people, you have to do even more maintenance because of things you find on the road. But it is a true labor of love and a dedication and a devotion to long distance motorcycle riding. And if you're still working, you have to have a boss who's very understanding.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, how much PTO am I going to need for all this? So, okay. So each ride has a specific date, right? It's not that, okay, there's a challenge and Sarge does the challenge at his leisure. Is there a certain date for each and every ride?
No, the only ride that has dates surrounding it specifically is the Three Flags Classic, because that's the only tour that we do as a group. We don't all ride in one pack, but we start on a certain date in either Mexico or Canada, and then we finish on Labor Day weekend on Monday. Every 5 years, we extend that out a day and make it a 2,500 mile ride instead of 2,000. But all the other rides can be run at any time of the year after we open them in January, and then we conclude the rides in December, because we need to do all the paperwork and do all that kind of thing, administration work. Now, some of the rides, like Four Corners, does have a limitation that you have to complete it in 21 days for just the Four Corners. And then we have if that isn't a big enough challenge, we have one called the True X. And you have to go to Kansas and then go back to the next corner and make it X all the way. And I think that is 28 days. Am I correct, guys?
26.
26.
26.
26.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I have not
21
done that.
if you want to go.
Yeah, it's a lot of riding. And remember, all long distance riders, when you're riding Four Corners, in the summer it's hot. In the fall and the summer there are hurricanes. And some of those hurricanes run right up the coast. So you may, if you miss it in Key West, you may hit it in North Carolina, or you may hit the subsequent storms in Maine or up on the East Coast. So it's a very challenging ride for itself.
Okay, quick question. That True X, how that thing works is, okay, what is this? It's a particular spot in Kansas, and you go
Lebanon,
from that
Kansas.
spot. Okay, so you go from Lebanon to, say, a certain spot in Washington State, and then you come back to Kansas,
Correct.
and then you go to another spot in, say, what, Maine?
Maine.
Man, that's brutal.
And then
That's
you come
brutal.
back, and then you go to Key West,
Yeah,
and then you come back and you go to
San
San
Diego.
Diego. It's south
Yeah.
of San Diego. In essence, that's it.
It's definitely 10,000 miles.
wow.
Definitely 10,000 miles.
Wow, wow. So, okay, so say, for instance, Sarge is getting ready to do, I do my first ride. I choose my first ride of the year is going to be the True X. Is this tracked through Spotwilder, or this is, how do we do this? Say Sarge comes and he goes online, he fills out a link, and
Right.
what
And
happens?
you sign up. You sign up for the ride. Pay your entrance fee. We will send you, the instructions. You can really take any route to those points that you want to. For instance, there's nothing that says you have to take the most direct route from Blaine, Washington to Madawaska, Maine. I mean, that involves a lot of riding through Canada, and they've got slower speed limits in Canada. So a lot of people will take a more southern route, but you're allowed to take whatever route that you want to take in between the points that you're riding. The other thing that we do, we send you a towel with a number on it. And so you have to prove, remember this ride was designed many, many years ago before we had high tech, such as spots and Spotwalla and tracking that the IBA does these days on all of their rides. But we require you to take a picture of you and your motorcycle right where the checkpoint is there in Washington, or for example, in Blaine, Washington, it's a post office. So, you can't really fake that, you just do there. And you have to, also take odometer readings and other things on the rides to prove that you're doing it. On some of the newer rides, like the Great Lakes Cabot Trail, which takes you around the Great Lakes and up to Canada, where the Cabot Trail is, will allow you now to use Spotwalla to track, and then take your proof of the stops with another application that runs on your phone, and it ties it to the Spotwalla map. So you see the map of where you've been, and then the picture of your checkpoint there and your mileage. So we're moving to that slowly over time for all the rides, but that's kind of the gist of what it takes to ride.
Very cool. So, okay, 7 total rides? Is that what my math told me? 7?
6 right now.
Six.
right?
So
Seven.
six. If it,
It's seven.
Well, seven
Yeah.
next
You
year.
got you got California. You left out the California
You
series.
got
right.
Adventure
All three of
Series.
the
That's right.
California.
That's
oh,
right.
okay, so 7 total rides is what I need to accomplish to get a Grand Slam
Yes.
In 1 year.
in 1
In
year.
1 year.
And then
And one of those rides consists of 3 rides because in California you got the missions, you got the national park, and you had the 15 best roads. So
okay,
that's those 3 make up that one California series ride.
okay, and then 3 of the 7s will get me the 3 flag, not 3 flags, the triple crown.
Triple Crown. Right.
2 Premier and 1 California will get you the Triple Crown.
Right.
That's right.
Okay,
And typically every year we have a lot of people who get those. Probably 6 or 7 or 8. Every year we do not have Grand Slam award winners.
okay.
Matter of fact,
Hey, Mark,
fairly-
Mark, this is your fault. Let's just go ahead and put that elephant in the room.
It is.
Because last year, Mark was on all 3 of us about riding the Grand Slam this year. And Reef and I was like, are you crazy? You know how much that is? But yeah, Mark, thank you for pushing us for accomplishing this ride. It was great. It was great.
I can imagine you wouldn't get a Grand Slam finisher every year because so
No,
much
it's
stuff
not.
goes into that.
well, it just takes one bike breakdown
Oh yeah.
to keep you from finishing a ride. Or if you're riding something like the Best 15, which is across the United States, you're not tied to time or anything. You can kind of catch those as you want to. But if you're on a ride like Four Corners and you have something happen, and you can't complete it in time, you got to start over.
Yes, all of them.
But see, one thing that I like about it is you can strategically plan this ride, because it kind of connects and ties in. So if you really, once you get all the pieces together, sit down and plan it out, you can make a sweep of it. Because if not, you're going to end up backtracking.
A lot.
You got to excuse me, folks. I'm at the Harley dealership. I had to stop, get ready to do this. So I'm actually on
Hey
the road.
man, you doing business, man. There's motorcycles in the background. If
on
it
the
was baby
road.
crying, I don't know.
But it kind of ties in. Like you can do the best 15 that'll take you up to the Cabot Trail. As we were coming down from Three Flags Classic, we were riding on some of the roads. We passed by Devils.
Post file.
Yeah, exactly. So if you
That was
once you
during-
get all the pieces, you can put this together to get an outstanding ride. And just like Mark was saying, one bike go down that can take you out, even your health, because I had to have surgery mid-stride of me riding this ride. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you have normal bike maintenance.
Exactly.
You could stretch out an oil change maybe, but boy, you don't want to run it on a bald tire. And the many shops close on Mondays and Sundays, and so it is a complex puzzle that you have to put together.
Even the missions are open on certain dates and times.
That's correct. Yeah.
That's right. The missions, you have to go in to the mission to get your stamp or your proof, and they're only open during the days.
Wow. Okay.
So-
Two questions real quick. Okay. Reef said premieres. So okay, there's 2 different types of ride. There's a premier rides, and then there's what? Just
The
traditional
Adventure
ride.
series.
The
Well, the
adventure?
premier rides, if I'm correct, the premier rides are Four Corners, the
Okay.
Three Flags Classic, the
Okay.
15 Best United States
Okay.
for this year. All of the and the Great Lakes Cabot Trail. Those
Cabot
are the
Trail.
premier rides. You have actually 2 years from the time that you register to do those rides. But if you're going to do it the Grand Slam, then you have to do all of those premier rides within 1 year, plus the all of the California, all 3 of the California rides as well.
Okay. Very good.
So those are the premier rides. So those 2, as Reef was saying, and then the Three Flags Classic.
And
Yeah, the California Adventure Series, the rides are made up. They all would agree. I think everybody would agree that you can easily do one of those over the weekend. The passes, national parks, maybe a little bit more of a stretch because they're farther out a bit. But certainly the mission tour you can do in one day. If you
Well,
really,
you used to, but now that you got to get a stamp, you're not doing that in one day no more.
Right.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, you're not doing that in one day. It's probably about 3 days now because they have to be open.
Right.
Right.
And usually the time Thursday, Friday, Saturday seems to be the best time. If you're going to try and accomplish all the missions, it seems like all of them are open on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. But even then, they may close at 3 o'clock or they may close at a specific time. So to get from Sonoma all the way down to San Diego and then hitting all of those missions at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, so a mission, excuse my ignorance. So a mission could be, say a post office. So you have to go into
Their
it's not a
mission.
mission.
They're all the
Chapel
California
missions.
mission. They're
Churches. They're
Churches.
Churches.
Churches, yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
The original.
Oh,
the original
okay.
churches.
Original.
Okay, so I would go into the mission, or in this case, the church, a specific church, and then I go inside, and I get something stamped.
You got a book and you get it stamped.
Oh, very cool stuff, man. So if I miss, say, okay,
So
cool.
you got to take a picture of the mission, and then this book was before you had to get the stamps, particularly one of the stamps.
Oh, okay. So like a passport book. So
It is.
That's what it is.
Yeah, passport.
okay.
That's all.
So no cheating on this one, huh? Yeah, you're gonna have to get it in. So if I get there after a mission is closed or whatever, I'm
Then
spending
you
the
spend
night.
the night.
I'm spending the night.
Spend the night or go to the next one and go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to do that. San Rafael, the store where you would get the stamp was closed, so you had to wait for the rectory to open. The same thing with the San Jose mission, which is in Fremont. They didn't open until I think Wednesday, but I wasn't able to get there until Thursday. Yeah.
And then like
the
a
same thing
national
with- I
park
think
that
there's
may
one
have.
park in-
Hey,
Okay.
I have a question for Mark, if I can, Sarge. Mark,
Go
how
for it.
did y'all come up with the mission series? How did y'all come up with that? Because there was a lot of history while I was writing it that I actually walked the grounds and got the history of the missions and what they contributed to the community. How did y'all come up with that?
You know, I'd like to be able to answer that. I've been with the SCMA for only 10 years, and the first couple of years just as a writer.
Right.
And I've been chairman. This is my third year, and I do not know. I know that ride has been around a very long time.
Yes, yes.
You know, but I don't know how we came up with that. Some of the others, you know, I know how Three Flags started, but you know, and the Four Corners, people were just riding that for fun, and they decided to come up with an official tour for that.
Right.
You know, many years ago. But the missions, I don't know. I know the passes, the California passes ride was brought in strictly because everybody liked to ride all the passes. And
Right.
the SCMA used to be the Southern California Motorcycle Association. Really was Southern California Club at one time.
Yes.
Where they'd all meet up, you know, every week and you know, have meetings and drink beer and hang out and all that. It was a club, a local club, and a lot of those people out of Southern California, San Diego, Los Angeles, even people a little bit farther north would participate. And for instance, when they first started the Three Flags Classic for the first 10 years or so, they'd have a raffle at the local Harley dealer for 300 spots, and there would be 900 people show up. And so, you know, now we average between 220 and 200 and 240 on rides. We had 263 this year. We had a great turnout because we're coming up on our 50th, and we're doing a lot to encourage new riders. And Reef and Ksolo broke the world record for bringing new riders to the ride. I think the count was 70 new riders to participate. So when you look at 70 of 260, it's pretty significant. The other thing that I think that impacts our sport, Sarge, is the fact that a lot of the older riders have retired, are aging out, right? And there's less riders really who are enjoying entering the sport. And we just need to socialize it more. I have seen an uptick in the last few years of new riders who have only been out touring for a while. Because of the demands of time and money, it's difficult for probably a 20-year-old person to take this up. They could do one or maybe two, but they're not going to be Grand Slam people unless they, started a .com somewhere and been working. So, and long distance riding, as you well know, Sarge, it requires more expertise and knowledge than just buying a scooter and hopping on the road and putting miles in.
For sure. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it just listening to it. This is not something I would do if I just bought a motorcycle a couple months ago. You need to work your way into this because there's a lot of things that happens on the road that you got to know, and experience is the best teacher on some of this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So so the SCMA, in order for me to participate in these rides, do I have to join the SCMA to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
You sign up on our website, and I think it's $35 now. I did a multi-year, so it's not front and center, and I should know, but I don't. And that allows us to operate a website and send out newsletters and pay for that infrastructure. And then when you're ready to ride, then you sign up for the ride, and you get a T-shirt, you get a reward at the end, a trophy, all those kind of things. So basically, what you pay for the ride, we're a nonprofit. Everything that we collect on a ride is returned to the riders. We get pins, we get all kinds of stuff to go with it. So, but that's how it works. And if you're going to be a Grand Slam participant, you have to do that for every ride. So it adds up.
Wow. So 7 rides. Okay, so Monica, what was one of your favorite? If you were telling Sarge that if I can only make one ride next year, what would be the ride that you suggest that I take?
You know what? The SCMA, the Three Flags Classic, is always a ride that I truly enjoy because of the community, the camaraderie. You get to meet people at the checkpoints. So out of all of the rides, that would be my favorite ride, even though most of it is through, the Western United States, which is absolutely gorgeous. But it's the camaraderie, it's the banquets, it's that fellowship that you have with other people who ride. So all the other rides, you really don't get that because you're usually doing it alone unless you're in a group. But with that one, you get to experience that community.
Very cool. And by the way, I saw the cool pictures, man. Y'all get on my nerves. It looked like I was having too much fun. The scenery was beautiful. Seemed like just everything you described, I watched. And stay tuned. We're going to be showing some pictures of that later on in the show. Ksolo, did you have something you wanted to add?
No. Monica hit it right on the head, man. It's like I think for me, coming from the East Coast, all the way from the East Coast to ride to California, to ride the Adventure Series, and then go out and ride the other rides. When I arrived at the Three Flags Classic, it was like all of us coming together, sharing, our experiences riding this ride. So it, like Monica said, the camaraderie is great. The culminating of coming to the Three Flags was outstanding, and the SMA always put on a great show. The food, the Canadian Mounties come in, everything is great. So it just all come together, and it felt really good during the Three Flags Classic.
Very good. Hey, old man, what was your favorite ride?
The Three Flag is one of the rides that I plan on doing every year. Joey and I have been doing it But besides that one, I would have to say the 15 Best Roads is one of my favorite because it spans all across America, and you get the benefit of not only riding those rides, but you're by a bunch of great roads.
You're on the back
So
roads, man. You on the
you're
back
on the back
roads, the
road, so
triple
you
A
can.
road, the 191.
That solo stuff, that
Yes,
back
that's
roads.
my stuff right there, man. The back roads. I
Yeah,
love
so
it.
And if I could add one more thing, I like looking at all the different bikes. So I get to see all the different bikes and different ideas somebody might have for
Setups.
their bike.
The
And I can
setups.
incorporate that on my bike. So I do a lot of shopping after these events.
Yeah, you ain't lying. It's time tested, isn't it? You know what works and what doesn't.
the
15
Three Flag is definitely a great for us anyway. We all finished all the rides before the Three Flags. So during the Three Flags, we only had to concentrate on finishing the Three Flags. And it's a whole different pace than what we have been doing the entire year, trying to get all the other rides done. So
because
the Three Flags is definitely it's 500 roughly 500 miles a day. We had a big group, so we got a group of great people that we ride with. That's been growing since we started, and every stop I get to see my cousin. We get to break bread sometime. It's the Three Flags is awesome.
okay, so and I'm assuming that the Three Flags is the last ride of the year.
It doesn't have to be.
Oh, because you
No.
still can do the other ones to make up.
Right.
So, okay,
Just
so
like what
I think you have until is
Dave-
it
Dave
November
did, yeah.
15th to get those rides in? Is it November 15th?
Yeah.
We will extend up to December just if we're out there. But usually too, the weather starts getting bad up in the
Yeah,
north,
that's what I was thinking.
so
right.
it makes that decision for us. A lot of people will either start or finish a Four Corners as part of the Three Flags because it's of the logistics of start and finish. And but we do move the start and finish of the Three Flags Classic every year, and then every few years we swap and start in Canada instead of Mexico. So next year's ride we start in a great motorcycle city where we haven't been in a long time, and that's Ensenada, Mexico. And then we finish in a town by the name of Nelson in BC, and there's fantastic post riding around Nelson in that part of the BC too.
I just thought about something. So you guys actually finished the Grand Slam in 9 months. Is that true?
Yeah, well, yeah, we started in March, or I started in March. So
Oh,
Yeah.
less than that.
I
then,
started in
huh?
April,
So yeah.
Dang.
coming from the East Coast. So yeah.
Wow.
And
So about
and I,
like 5 to 6 or actually 4 to 5 months, it sounds like that
Yeah.
we completed all of these rides.
Okay, because you probably did multiple rides
Mhm.
within a ride to be able to knock a lot of stuff
Oh yeah.
off. Am I
Oh
correct?
yeah.
Yeah, you can't
So,
go
like-
out and individually try to knock every one of these off, right?
No.
Yeah, it'd be too.
If you have the time and the money, you can.
Exactly.
But
so you're gonna
typically
pass
do it
right by
in-
roads that you got to ride. That
Right.
would be unless you're trying to
So-
do something else that you need those miles. That would be ludicrous.
Yeah, to do it.
So, like for me, example, when I launched out in April, I went to the banquet. We had the banquet. As soon as we did the banquet, I started doing the California Adventure Series. During the California Adventure Series, I said there's no need for me to go back home to run the Four Corners. I got off the Mission Series and Adventure Series, shot up to Blaine, started my Four Corners, worked my way, and then when I finished the Adventure Series, California Adventure Series, I shot down to Florida, and I stopped in Virginia at home for a while, and then for a couple of days, and I went up to Maine and knocked that out. So I incorporated that ride to kind of like minimize the amount of rides that were left that I needed to do. Kind of like a big sweep, like a do it in stages.
Okay.
That was my approach to it. Because Monica was started from California, she had to come all the way up to the East Coast and go up to Cabot Trail.
Right. So the way I started my ride was, since I'm based in California,
Mhm.
I did and I'm in Southern California, San Diego. I did pretty much everything from Death Valley down, which included missions, parks, and some roads. Now, when I went out for the big ride, I went straight to Blaine. I picked up Blaine first, knowing that I would have to possibly go back. Then I did the some of the roads, some of the best 15 roads. I did the Great Lakes Cabot Trail. I picked up Madawaska, which actually ended up being my first corner. Then I picked up more roads, more 15 best, hit Florida, came back over going west, picked up another road in Texas where I stopped by and visited Reef, and then came back home to San Diego, picked up San Diego, took a day off, went back to Blaine because I had to pick it up. That was my last corner. And then as I started making my way down, I picked up Northern California, Central California to finish off my California series. And then a following weekend, I picked up 2 more roads, which were in my vicinity, almost a weekend ride, really, for me.
15 best roads. Mark, how do we come up with the 15 best roads? Okay, and what are the 15 best roads?
Well, the best 15 usually change every year,
okay.
and we have a ride chair who keeps a list of all the rides, and then in January we post to the web what the new best 15 roads are, because we like to kind of mix it up. Nobody wants to be in a rut, and I can't name this year's best 15, but like I said, they're different every year. Sometimes there's some carryovers that are everybody's favorites. But usually they're unique. One thing too, if I could point out, that's a lot of miles that these 3 folks rode this year. There's one other gentleman who did it too. It was highly unusual for 4 people. But Ksolo, he had another little tiny ride right before 3 Flags that took a few miles, didn't you? Called Hokahay?
Oh yeah. I didn't participate this year. I wasn't able to.
I thought you did.
No. I did the broadcast on it because I had some medical issues. I wasn't able to participate this year, but that was my plan, to participate. And then as I dropped down from Alaska, I was going to stop in BC to do the 3 Flags. That was my intent.
Gotcha. See, I spend so much time doing SCMA stuff, I can't keep up with what everybody's doing.
Yeah, but I do want to say one thing that I want to just address. Monica did an outstanding job because she loves to plot.
Plotting.
Her thing is she loves to plot. And she plotted all the locations in Google Maps and she sent it to us. And we all 3 was communicating. We was in a group chat. We were following each other on the spot, Walla. We never were by ourselves because we knew our brother and our sister were looking over our shoulder saying, hey, how you doing? I see you stop here, which made it great. So, if you're thinking about doing it, don't just feel like you're by yourself. Reach out to somebody else doing it and kind of start a spot tracker, kind of start a little group and say, hey, let's meet up here to ride here, because Monica and I was trying to meet up at the top and, the weather and everything, but it was fun, though. It was great, you know?
So doing them really, so the route is up to me. Only thing I have to do is make sure I accomplish the missions.
Yes.
Okay, so
With the exception of the 3 Flag Classic, everything is all on you.
You say everything but the 3 Flag Classic.
Yes.
3 Flag, they give you direct. You don't have to follow them, but they give you directions for the 3 Flag Classic.
Okay.
They give you a route for that. So you have a route that you follow, right? And then you also have alternative routes that you can do. Or like some people, if you have to get some roads for, say, one of the premier rides, you can do that. As long as you make those checkpoints by the designated time, you will complete the 3 Flags Classic.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So 15 best highways or best roads. We have the 3 Flags Classic. We have Truex. We have 4 Corners. Okay. What else ride we didn't mention? Well, we got 3 more. 3 more.
Great Lakes Cabot Trail.
Oh, so,
Great Lakes Trail, which was fun.
So in the Great Lakes Cabin Trail, what is that about? What do I have to do there?
You have to ride the Great Lake Cabot Trail. There's 12 points that you have to go and get.
Okay.
And then just like the 15 best roads, some of those points change every year just by the ride share. And then there's a whole list of alternate things you can do too while you're out riding because you're going to pass a lot of it.
Is that the one
the
by
Great Lake
chance?
Cabot Trail is located up in Nova Scotia.
Okay.
So you have to go. Either way you go, you're going to go through the Alcan up in Canada, or you're going to take 95 and then you're going to cross over, go up to Nova Scotia, work your way all the way up to that northeastern corner up there.
Cape Breton.
Right, exactly. And it's a beautiful ride. It takes you along the coast. It brings you around. There's mountain. There's great scenery. Lighthouses,
You see all
churches.
the Great Lakes.
Yeah. So and it's new to me. It's my first time I heard about it. Reef and I talked about it, but to actually go up there and ride it was amazing, man. It's amazing. As a matter of fact, I think, are we going back next year, Reef? Are we going to hit it again next year? Because I think did you split it or did you go around it?
I went around it.
Okay.
I couldn't split it. I was gonna come through Michigan and ride the Avenue of the Trees and all that. But I lost my passport, so I had to stay in Canada.
You're gonna need a passport too, folks.
I did leave. They did let me out. I rode the Mighty Mac without passports, and they let us back in. But we weren't coming back out after that.
How many times did you cross the border? Because I crossed the border like 2 or 3 times. Did you go in and out, or did you just go straight? Because I was at one point thinking, man, are they going to let me back into Canada? Because I just came out and I went out and I came back and I went out.
Yeah, my plan was to jump in and out, but when I lost my passport, that ruined that. So when I crossed to go to Mighty Mac, I didn't have a passport. So we went down the hour, went back up, and then we stayed in Canada and rode from Sault Ste. Marie all the way over to the Cabot Trail.
Gotcha.
Okay, what? Okay. Canada let you come in without a passport?
Yeah, well, so they did because they had proof that I just left out, and they saw that I was just there. But I'm also retired military, and they will normally take your military ID and your driver's license.
And they may hold you up for a couple of hours.
Yeah,
they'll let you back in. They have to let you back in.
Okay.
Even get into Canada, they will again if you can show it. Man, I was just there. I lost my passport in Canada. Matter of fact, that was easier getting back in without my passport than when we left in Maine to get out. They had to ask.
Okay. And this is called the Cabot Trail, the
Great
Lakes Cabot
Trail.
Trail.
You're riding around the Great Lakes, Ontario, Huron, Erie. I think all of them, like Superior. Yeah.
They all have set motorcycle rides themselves, or trails. So every agent we talk to is like, oh, you're here doing one of the motorcycle trails. And I just say yes. And they're like, oh, have fun. And
you go up to Quebec, Ontario, all of that. So, you get it all.
Okay. So the other 2 rides, what are the other 2 rides we missed?
Well, one is the Mother Road Adventure, which is brand new for this year.
One. Yep.
Okay, the Mother Road
Adventure. Be part of the Grand Slam
for next year.
25.
So 25. In 2025, you will have to complete 8 rides as opposed to 7.
Okay. So the Mother,
and it's 2 parts, so you got to do both parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the halfway point's pretty close to Amarillo, Texas, and this ride isn't. Most of our rides like Best 15, it's a twisty roads, or they're going to be challenging motorcycle rides. This Mother Road Adventure is not about those kind of rides. It's about sightseeing and spots along the road where you want to stop and either spend the night or stop and eat. It's a lot of people say SCMA members are just people who foodies who've got a motorcycle riding problem. We highly value our food while we're out riding.
It's part of why Ksolo love it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've seen
the
pictures.
So the Mother Road Adventure is only a little over 2,000 miles, and it could easily be run in 2 days. But with all the stops that we have, and you really want to see it because it's still disappearing. It's I-40 has eaten up most of it. So it's something it's an experience as much as it is a ride.
Okay. Very cool. I think we're missing one ride, aren't we?
It's definitely on my list for next year to go up to Chicago and actually ride the whole entire thing. And I do plan to stop and see the sites because I've written section of it. We all have written sections of it, but to actually stay on it all the way down, just like Reef and I rode the I-95 end to end, staying on I-95, not 95, but Route 1. We rode Route 1 top to bottom.
Yeah.
And we stayed on one the entire time. It took us through backcountry roads. You wouldn't even believe it, So yeah, that's going to be a great.
So will the mother road change from time to time?
No, that's Route 66. There's
So
only one mother road.
Only one.
Yeah,
Route
we may change
66.
just some of the stops.
Okay, so
based
Route
on
66 is called the Mother Road.
Mother Load.
Mother Load?
Mother road.
Mother Road.
road.
Okay.
So based on feedback from riders, we'll probably shake up the checkpoint, or not the checkpoints, but the points that you got to take pictures of to prove that you were there. But generally, it'll be on that same thing, that same route.
Very good. Do we have one more ride? I think we missed one.
We talked about
all of them. Was that the
Best 15 California Adventures, Three Flags, Cabot Trail,
and the 15 best. That is everything.
15 best.
That's everything.
That's it.
That's it.
And if you count Mother Road being really 2 rides, that's where we come up with a 7.
Yeah, that's because he says in 2 parts.
This year it was 5. Next year it'll be 7, or depending on how you want to count it. Mother Road Adventure is 1.
Hey, can I go back and talk about the California Adventure Series?
Sure.
15 best roads out there. Prepare yourself if you decide to ride it, because some of those roads are a little
Motel Road.
And should I say shout out to Low Key?
Yeah, going through our Redwood, the seeing the trees. If you haven't seen them, it's beautiful. The coast,
Avenue to Giant.
The coast is beautiful. Volcano, Lansing. All of it is beautiful. If you're on the West Coast, I encourage everybody, go out there, hit those back roads, get out and explore, because the SMA have truly picked the best 15 on that one.
So the 15 best roads in California, it's so many good roads in California. There's actually four series you can pick from.
Yes.
So you get to pick which best 15 roads you want to do, and they are all not the same.
Yeah. So
California's a good time anyway.
You can pick A, B, and C.
It is a beautiful ride. Yeah.
If it wasn't for the gas prices and politics,
we can go back
California, that would be one of my favorite
next year, and it'll be a whole different segment, a section of highways.
Wow.
So, and then the 15 U.S. best roads, there's actually 20 roads on the list, and you get to pick 15 you want to do.
Well, yeah, you have like he said, the A, B, and C, D series. So once you pick one of those series, that's the series that you're on for that ride.
Right.
Or you can do all 4 of them.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, I can see once you join the membership group, I can see where you become fanatical about it, man, because it's just constant year in and year out motorcycle rides, motorcycle adventures, making relationships with people, and we all like to thump our chests at the end and say what we've accomplished and those cool things. And I've seen, like I said, I've seen the pictures of it, man, and it just seems awesome. So each and every ride, I'll go to the website, to the link, and just, hey, Mark, I'm going to do the 15 roads. I want to do the Mother Road. And that's how I do it. Just each and every ride, I just go in and re-register for a particular ride.
You register for the ride, you send in a release of liability waiver for that ride. That every ride, you have to do one for every ride. And then once the ride share gets all the information, then they send you your ride packet.
Okay. And once I've completed these rides, is there a patch and a cert for each ride?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and T-shirt, and you get a
T-shirt,
trophy.
swag, knives. It's a plethora of swag.
A whole swag bag. Yeah.
Bet.
Awesome. Okay. So, that's okay. Now we've been asked the crazy questions because I know people at home thinking about it. Okay, Sarge, how many miles is a Grand Slam going to cost me, and how much money I need to have? What should I be to be realistic to be able to accomplish a Grand Slam? What should my budget look like? Now I know Solo, he gonna sleep in the woods with the bears and all that other stuff. He gonna be cooking out and raccoon and all that stuff. But for the normal folk who gonna be getting hotel rooms and maybe crashing out on folks' couch and stuff like that from time to time. But what realistically, if you're to accomplish something like this, what you should be preparing yourself for?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I know. I kept a record of it, and to be honest with you, I was even surprised when I added everything up, and it was pretty extensive. So
I got my number in my mind.
yeah.
Unless again you're willing to do some KON and that kind of stuff.
But that's just part of the adventure, man.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just
just
all.
part of the adventure.
Yeah.
You just
My
wait
mommy
there
used
bring
to
out the
say-
fishing pole and the grill and be skinning and cooking fish right there side the pond. You just
I
wait.
did fish while I was doing the
I like
Great Lake
glamping
Cafeteria.
myself.
Yeah.
You won't see me in the woods. I'm sorry.
My mom used to tell me, if you gotta ask how much it costs, you can't afford to do it.
I'm thinking with motorcycle maintenance, tires, oil changes, et cetera, hotels, food, gas. I'm saying probably a budget about 30, 25, 30. I'm thinking about 25, 30.
No. Oh God.
No.
That's too high?
Oh yeah.
You
That's
talking
way
100,
too-
right? You talking 100. 2,500. 3,000.
Really?
That's what you talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Oh God, no! I never would have done it. No.
Well, I'm talking for,
Monica,
preparing
you
for
have the number, Monica.
emergencies.
What number did you come up with, Monica?
Well, I came up with about $7,000.
That's it?
No, it's way more than that because the Grand Slam was $2,700 for us, and then
Well-
to enroll in all the rides this year was $1,310 for all of the rides.
No, I'm
That's
not talking about
the
I'm not talking about the registration. The registration to me is the easy part.
Well, that's all part of the fee, though. That's all. When you talk about money,
Okay.
That's all part of it. I would agree with him. And then you
Okay.
add hotel if you're staying in a hotel.
That's a big one.
I did my own maintenance, so I saved as much as I possibly could on doing my own maintenance, and I found that it was easier because I didn't have to deal with people telling me, "Oh, we can't do you right now," or "We can't
Right.
take care." So I did all of my own maintenance. Your biggest expense is going to be your hotel bill.
That's what I
you're
was
gonna
thinking.
I mean, obviously, you can camp. You can camp on people's couches. You could do bunker biker, which I was offered in not Madawaska, Blaine. But your hotel is going to be your biggest expense, and it depends on where you stay. If you do Motel 6, it's going to be a little cheaper. If you're going to do Holiday Inn Express, it's going to be probably 2 times, maybe 3 times as much as, say, inexpensive Motel 6.
Now,
So
I will say
take that
this.
30,000 and cut it in half.
Right. I will
Okay.
say this. The SMA is a community. They have a Facebook page. You can see people that's out riding. People will reach out to you if you're in that area and extend an invitation to come, maybe get a meal, bunk down for the night, or help you with maintenance or something like that. That has been put in the group. I have seen that before. So, like I said, it's a community where people will reach out to you if they're neighborhood. You're just not out there by yourself, because it's just not Southern California that are members. It's all over the country, because people are
That's what I was thinking,
very
yeah.
familiar with Four Corners. When you say Four Corners, they're very familiar with that.
As Solo said, I was at Blaine. A lady came up who took my picture for me and said, "Hey, look, stay at my house. Stay at my house." I had already had a hotel, but complete stranger. And she told me that she was a part of the bunker biker community. And I was just blown away by that. But if you could take advantage of those opportunities, you could probably reduce that cost by even half.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And camp.
And camp. I don't know about that.
And fish. and we make light up, we make jokes about it, but I think there's a cool component to camping, especially to some of the areas that you guys are going to be traveling through. I think it's gorgeous, to pull up on a KOA or pull up on, whatever, just a nice little
KOA
area.
loves vet too. You get great deals for KOA if you're a vet.
Yeah. Oh, do you? Okay.
No, yes, sir.
And I think you also get a discount with being an SMA member too. I know there's incentives. I don't know if it's AMA or something that you get incentives by being a member of SMA.
I know for my travel insurance, I got a discount from being SCMA.
Okay. So I joined the SMA or SCMA, and Mark, is it every year I just renew my membership, or is it a 3-year membership, or how is that tiered?
Right now, we've got it set up for 1 and 2 years memberships, and there's a slight discount for 2 years. But like I said, that's that all goes to operations and all. So it's pretty expensive. We try not to,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm sorry, you were saying?
And I was going to say too, if people want more information or just kind of keep up with what's going on, we put out a newsletter every month. It's free. You don't have to doesn't have to go just to members. So you go on the website and sign up and learn all about all the rides and what everybody's doing. And that kind of
is the group page, is it a members only page, or is it open to the public?
Oh, it's open to the public. If you want to go into some of the details on the rides, you need to, be registered for that ride. But there's a lot of information. We're getting ready to roll out in the next couple of months, version 3 of our website, and they'll have a lot of our history on there too, and old newsletters and that kind of thing.
And forgive me, folks, after the show, I will put the website link in the description for you guys to go and check it out on the website to get more information about the memberships and the rides. Okay, so I'm also we covered the membership, we covered the group page, we covered the website. Is there anything else that we need to know about the program itself and how things set up as a rider? If I'm watching this video, is there anything else that I need to know? Is there a particular CC bike I need to have, or is it a certain age requirement? Those type of things. Okay. So you can ride a 250 to a 1800 cc bike, no problem if you choose to do so.
You can ride all on the Vespa scooter if you want to.
Okay, awesome stuff. So again, man, I want to definitely make sure I emphasize what these folks on the stage did today. The Grand Slam. I'm what, 25,000 miles? Is that what we're talking about? 25,000.
I think it's about.
I'm sticking to my initial evaluation of 30,000 miles.
30,000 miles.
That's what I'm sticking to.
Yeah, when I look at it, I do my mileage, and if you add the Three Flags Classic, I would probably come out to about 26,000 miles total.
But she has the advantage that she lives in SoCal.
Right.
So she can knock out a bunch of them.
So me having to ride to California to ride it, come back, ride everything, and then ride back to Canada, BC, that's where it adds up.
Yeah.
From the East Coast going
so
to the West
depending
Coast.
on your location, you're talking between here. I'm in California and I did about 25, 26.
Yeah.
He's on the East Coast and it's 30. So you're talking.
Yeah, I believe on the East Coast. Yeah, I think the East Coast you're gonna get it. Cause there ain't nothing pretty to look at on the East Coast, man. All the beautiful stuff is on.
That's a lie.
That's because you're not on the back roads, Sarge. You're not on the back roads, man. You're on the interstate.
Yeah.
It's quite a few of the 15 best roads on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Get on the back roads, man.
Is there any sites in North Carolina? doing
sir.
the route. Yeah, North Carolina is very
Yes,
beautiful.
sir. You got the Appalachian.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you got
Appalachians
the
are gorgeous.
Blue Ridge Mountain. The
Kentucky
Blue
is
Ridge
nice.
Mountain is one of the
Yeah.
rides.
Great
It
Blue
is.
Ridge Mountain.
Yep, the Blue Ridge Mountain.
Very, very
So
good
come on
stuff.
to North
Gap.
Carolina. Come on to Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I got to give you that.
Go ride the Outer Banks.
Believe it or not, there's,
That's right.
there's some great rides in New York, upstate New York, and New
Yeah, that's
Hampshire,
true.
and
Triple nickel.
Vermont
All of
through
that stuff
there.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah. What does New York have? It's not the it's the Poconos. It's not the Poconos, is it? Is that
That's
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
It's Pennsylvania. What is New York? They got when you start getting up past Albany area. Catskills.
The Catskill Mountain. They
Catskills
got White
Mountains.
Face Mountain. That's part
Yeah,
of one of
White Face is
Yeah,
one of
White
them
Face
too.
Mountain was up. That was one of the.
Yeah, that was one of them.
That was part of them is also.
Yes.
Wow.
That was.
We got Niagara Falls in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys?
You got a lot on the East Coast.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Oh, no, we're just playing around with these. Yeah. But what do you guys think, say, experience level? If I was to buy a motorcycle tomorrow, what would you say to me if I wanted to get involved in this type of stuff? Would you think it should take I should wait a little while, or you think I should jump in with both feet and learn from what the people that I meet in the group?
I would say it's perfect because it's kind of got it. It kind of gives you the information, point A to point B, where you need to go, where you need to start, because it gives you the location where you start the best 15 rides. And it tells you where to end. So you know where you're going to start, you know where you're going to end. It's kind of like, it's perfect for a beginner to get out and start riding, exploring the back roads and different locations.
I'd agree. I'd say go for it. Get a book.
Yeah.
Sign up, go for it, and just ride and enjoy.
If you're in the California series, they give you books. They tell you, hey, go on this road. It could be around this many miles. This is some of the recommended things you stop to take a picture with. It lays it all out for you. So as long as you got the motorcycle and you got some money in your pocket, get out and explore.
Yep.
Okay.
California Adventure Series would be a good starting point, especially if someone didn't have time to take a huge ride and just wants to take a week's vacation and go over there and knock out one or two of those and kind of get a feel of what it's like to be on the road and camping and dealing with weather and all the things that you run across when you're on a big ride. If you're just on a long weekend doing the missions ride, or you're doing, and that's basically off the 5, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So that's a simple ride to go, and you get some experience in traffic, which is demanding itself. But when you're doing the passes, the California passes, the Parks Adventure, that type of thing,
don't do it in
get
my.
a lot.
Oh yes, weather plays a factor. Weather is a big factor. I don't know if you got that picture. I don't know if you got that picture of my bike in the snow, Sarge.
Let's see.
I started out one way, rode up.
Yeah.
And it was snowing, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that was
my bike took a nap on me.
Yeah, I saw that. That's when we were looking at the ice cave. But folks, what I'm showing you here is I'm gonna try to kind of skim through as the guys are talking, just some of the pictures, some of the sights and sounds from the Three Flags. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, so let me see if I can pop that up. But yeah, these are some of the sights and sounds, some of the photos. This is some of the stuff that was making me jealous. Some of the stuff that, let's see if I can get it to. I can't get it to do as I want to, but these are some of the pics. Oh, going the wrong way, I think I'm going the wrong way. Let's see. Let's try it this way.
Hey, Sarge, can you open that up? Over in that right corner, open it up so it's taking up the whole screen.
Okay. Let me pull it down. I can only do one still shot at a time without letting it go. Let me see what else I can show you. Was that this year?
Yes, that's
this
year.
Okay, with the Great Highway Smiley. Okay. Let's see what else I can do. Give me one.
Smiley and Dimples was with us. We had a 41 people normal Two couple of smiley hat dimples. I had Joyce, and then we had other people pop in and out.
I tell you what, quite a few familiar faces in this pick, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Inspire to inspire, man.
And
That's what it's all about.
I tell you what, this ain't like the who's who of motorcycle riders. Let me see if I can find one more great pick here. Let's see. Y'all hanging there with us, folks. Who's that ugly guy there? Awesome stuff, man. Let's see. And that's okay. This group
That's a great
here, I
photo
see.
right there.
Yeah,
That's a
man. I
great
see
photo.
some. Yeah, I see some iconic folks here, man. So
Mount Shasta in the background.
Exactly.
What's that now?
It's like Mount Shasta in the background.
wow, beautiful, beautiful. So is this in Oregon?
California.
California. Okay.
Northern
okay,
California.
Okay. Holy smokes.
Probably behind us, between us and that mountain, is I-5.
Nice.
So and then you got Redding, and then you're coming up to Mount Shasta. So it was the perfect timing of the year. The weather was great. There was still some snow caps on there. So that's awesome right there, man.
Yeah, low key told me those mountains made a young man out of him. He says, "Sarge, man, I humbled down." And so I now know we doing Ksolo's favorite part, finding us. Is this just like a small mom and pop restaurant, or is this at the hotel or somewhere?
Which one was that at? Was that in?
That was the state line.
Okay, state line. Okay.
Yeah, Nevada state line.
Okay.
Yes. Shout out to my people, man. I see D Bell, Becky Tard. I see is that Tishi back there?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. Awesome stuff. Let me see. Y'all bear with us, folks. I'm loving this, man. This is done. Okay, all right, I'm done. Where'd you find him at?
Sasquatch. We were in Sasquatch.
That's the banquet, right?
Yeah, that was
Sasquatch.
Store banquet.
Yeah, good stuff. I know that was Reef's idea, man. It had to be. What we were doing here? Where's this at? This is the morning before we're taking out and heading somewhere?
That was in Best Western. That was in Shasta. Was that Mount Best Western?
Yeah, that was at Shasta.
Yeah. That was Mount Shasta.
Okay. Was this at a lodge or just a regular hotel or somewhere?
That was the host hotel.
Nice. Okay.
Getting ready to leave out to go to the next leg.
Okay. There we go. We got the champions here. So what are we showing off? Is this our Grand Slam
Hardware.
badge?
That's the hardware right
That's
there.
the hardware.
That's the Three Flag Classic.
Three Flags Classic. Okay. Earned, not given.
Yeah, we hadn't received our Grand Slam flag yet.
Okay. Yeah, folks, to get that one, you got to be a motorcycle rider. I'm just saying. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Okay. I'm assuming this is at some mom and pop along the way.
Yeah, that was the
diner.
road diner or something of that effect.
Okay. Yeah. I see some familiar faces back there. 610. I see Boston. Wow, I see a lot of East Coast folks on this bad boy. Nice, very nice. Let's see.
Yeah, we our group had the farthest male in the continent, United States, which was D Bell, and then John was the farthest female.
Good morning,
Hey,
Facebookers
I'm
and
just showing this for a second.
It's your
Because,
boy
man, low key. Hey, man, he got his butt whooped on them mountains, man. He was like,
share a few things.
Hey, Sarge, it was a whole new world, man.
Classic. 2024 is in the wraps.
And this is him just
your
giving
boy
a debrief
is a little weathered,
from
being
ride
exposed to
itself.
the heat. My phone.
We'll go ahead and kill that, but let me see if I can pull him back out. Forgive me. Yeah, so as you can see, folks, man, outstanding event. I think it's a great what do we call it? A group or organization to be part of? Is it a group? Is it a membership? Is that the way we call it, Mark?
Well, we are a nonprofit corporation, so we are an organization. But the feeling for me anyway, and the reason I'm associated with SCMA because it does feel like a family. I mean, you show up for Three Flags and you see people you haven't seen. I mean, it just is a family type feeling that I get when I'm hanging out with my SCMA folks.
Man, this has been a lot of fun today, but I know we can't hold them forever. So, folks, if you don't mind, if you want to leave us with any last words before we wrap the show, this has been outstanding. So, who wants to take it first? You wanna start off, Monica? Any takeaways?
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I love the platform. Truly enjoyed writing and being able to celebrate receiving the Grand Slam with these two gentlemen and Ed, who was I think Ed is his name.
Ed Mansour.
Ed or Mike?
Ed.
Mike, or Mark? Which one?
Ed Mansour.
Ed.
I think
Ed.
The other
And I bumped into
the
Ed.
other
I bumped
Grand
into
Slam,
Ed and his
really
wife at one of the
appreciated-
checkpoints.
Right, having that, and of course having Mark here to
Oh yeah.
promote the Three Flags Classic. So there's one picture that Karen had sent, and it was the four of us standing after Mark had brought us up on the stage, and tears came to my eyes when I saw that. I was so proud, and then just so overwhelmed with joy to have been able to be among these men and do this ride and have received that accolade from the SCMA. So thank you for having me.
Outstanding. Reeve, what you got for us, brother?
Man, it's a blessing. Me and Solo get into all kind of things that most people aren't doing yet. And my cousin to be able to ride and finish with my cousin who not only done it once but done it twice, and it's the only female to have ever done it. That didn't sink into me until Mark said it at the banquet.
Hold up a second. All right.
That's huge. And then again, she was instrumental in me and Solo and even 610, who used her same routing to help him do part of what he's trying to accomplish right now. So it's just been great. And then the SCMA, we've been messing around with the SCMA for a while now. Solo is going on his 10th year. And we just been moving up in the level of rides. Last year we did the Triple Crown, and Mark was like, "Man, y'all should be the first one to attempt the Grand Slam since we added the Cabot Trail." And first we said no, but here we are.
Yeah.
Solo always talks me into stuff.
Sure, blame it on Solo.
Hey, what you got, Batman? What you got?
Hey, man. Hey, first of all, thank you, Mark, for being here.
Sure,
Mark, it's
definitely.
an honor, man. You definitely a great leader with the SCMA. You've done an outstanding job. My hat off to you. Like you, Monica, I'm honored to be here with you and Shareef. Thank you for all that you did. It's great. Shareef, you my brother, man. This is what we do. This is what we love. We ride with a purpose. Sarge, thank you for bringing me on the platform and even bringing this up, because to be honest, I was going to do it too, but hey, man, as long as we get the word out there,
Let's
that's
keep
what it's
getting the
all
word
about.
out.
We're going to keep getting the word out. So we're going to work together to keep bringing this community together, man, exposing people to new and better things so that they can enjoy motorcycling to the fullest. And once again, thank you, Mark. I'm honored to be a recipient of the Grand Slam Award.
Let me say this before I turn it over to Mark. Ksolo, Reef, Monica, there's a host of others, man, that continue to bring this to our community. I think this stuff is so important. It brings out what's good, what's great in our community, and that's motorcycling. Because motorcycling does this, it does bring us together. I don't care what nobody say. Motorcycling unites us. And motorcycling is a beautiful thing. So as long as I can continue to do what I can do on this platform, I will continue to bring things to us like the SCMA. I will continue to bring the best in motorcycling because I think it is what makes us who we are. It makes us loving. It makes us happy. And it unites us. So I was very proud to have these guests on today to take, and I appreciate them taking the time to be able to talk about this organization and what they're doing. And I just would encourage more of us to share this and get this information out, because there's a lot of cool stuff in motorcycling, man. You just got to get out, as Reef would say, and explore. You just got to get out there and explore. So I'm going to turn it over to Mark, sir, and I appreciate you for bringing this information to us today, but I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a privilege to be on your broadcast today with these individuals here. They just represent everything the SCMA is in terms of abilities and attitude and leadership. Everybody looks up to these three riders because they're always there. I mean, we always see them. We see them in our news groups, and I'm really grateful that y'all aren't mad at me for leaning on you to do this year. I know it was tough, but I am so proud of y'all for stepping up to the challenge and getting it done and being the first in our organization. So thank you again. I encourage all the listeners to come to our website and check it out and come be a part of us and add to the value of our organization, because this is our organization, our members, and you come and help us build a great organization to support riding, long distance riding. So thank you again for having me on.
Thank you, folks. So this is what we got, folks. Grand Slam finishers, Reef, Ksolo, and Monica. Let's do this for them real quick. Because, man, what they did was gangster. I'm telling you now. But, hey, folks, I'd like everybody to tune back in with us at 12:40 today. We have a couple special announcements we need to make. So, Reef, Solo, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to have you after the show drop backstage. I just got a couple things I need to discuss with you, and then we'll go from there. So, hey, man, on the behalf of the Iron Elite Podcast Show, man, we appreciate you guys. And lady, gentlemen, we appreciate you guys. Much love. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, man, thank you guys for tuning in on today's show. I do have a couple announcements I need to get out and take care of at 12:40. So I'm going to be kicking the live feed back up in probably about less than 10 minutes. If you guys would be compelled to do so, please come on to the YouTube channel. Some real important announcements that we need to cover. So I will be back on at 12:40. But again, thank you to Mark. Thank you to Monica. Thank you to Ksolo. Thank you to Reef for coming on today and discussing the Three Flags Classic, the SCMA, the whole ride series, some 7 rides, man, of seeing the United States and Canada and doing great things on a motorcycle. Those guys are real, man, when those guys are saying, hey, get out and explore, take the back roads. Man, it's proof positive that there is so much more to motorcycling than just in our neighborhood. So thank you, everybody, again, for tuning in for today's show. We will be back on live in less than 8 minutes. In the meantime, in between time, man, let's keep it motorcycling. You dig?